Good morning. It is day 11 out of 30 of eating meat and eggs every single day. It's a carnivore diet. Now, I have had some comments and questions and people asking, Roche, okay, cool, I like this vlogging vibes, but what are you feeling? It's already been 10, 11 days. Like, how are you experiencing the diet? And I appreciate those comments, and I also apologize for maybe keeping it a little bit vague, because I was obviously hoping to explain everything at the end, but I could actually give a lot of detail, as I have done 10 days and there has been quite a lot of changes. So I'm just gonna hit the gym. We're doing posterior legs, which is hammies, quads, hammies, glutes, and my calves, and then I'm gonna hit home and we can discuss quickly and I'll show you exactly what is up. All right, let's go. Alrighty, I've done my rear legs, hammies, and some calves. Now it's time to go home and tell you a little bit more about the experience so far. Let's go. Alrighty, I am back home and today was a massive busy day. You can see it's nighttime here already, but I promised that I would tell you exactly what is going on in my body and in my life at the moment when it comes to the carnivore diet. Alright, so it is day 11 today, as you obviously know. So I'm going to start off with the obvious difference, right? And that is the weight. So when I started, I weighed 103.8. Now, currently, I'm weighing 100.1, right? So that is a 3.7 kilogram drop in 11 days. Now, I honestly didn't think, I knew I was going to lose a kilogram or two potentially in the whole 30 days, purely because, I'm not eating carbs, I'm eating very clean, and there's no cheat days involved. When I did the running challenge, every Sunday I would snack and do something fun and have something, indulge in something. So this is super strict because you don't want to add carbs anytime. So it's 7 days, no cheat day, just meat and eggs, bacon, you know what I eat. So the weight loss scares me because I put 3,000 calories up for grabs. Now, I'm very thankful for everyone on the comments because, listen, it's my first time doing this and, people have commented and it does make sense to me that, when you eat food, your digestive system starts working, which means you obviously then burn calories. Now, because of the type of food I eat, it burns a lot longer and it takes harder and a longer time to burn, which means you burn more calories. So I should be eating more if I want to sustain. So 3,000, which I thought was going to be maintenance and potentially even a little bit of a surplus, it's just not enough. If I had white bread and stuff like that, yes, it'll, burn within an instant. I wouldn't even use calories to burn that. It's just like, So for me, the weight loss is so far a massive difference. I have added some biltong, and it's kind of stabilized the weight at around 100. I've also obviously noticed that, there's some water weight that has gone the first week as well. So, it is still beginning times, but that so far is what I've lost in the 11 days. Now, the second thing is physically, right? My body. How does it look? So this was the first picture that I took on day 1. And I'm going to show you the second picture. This was obviously taken today. So you can see, there's a clear difference, I would say, between the two. And not only just the tan or something, but purely just the fact that I've lost 3.7, like I said, or 3.7 kilograms. And I'm just much leaner. So, if that is something, if that's a goal that you want for your life and for your body, just to look leaner, I definitely feel like carnivore is the way to go. It's in a way, what the sad thing for me is when it comes to this is I did a 30-day running challenge just before this, 5 kilometers every single day. And I'm not saying I lost a lot of muscle, but I feel like if I just went straight from that big bulk when I was 114 or let's say 113 kilograms and I did carnivore, I think I would have been left with so much muscle and size, but just lean down. So I think I semi made a mistake, but not really, because it was a challenge, and I got some people to start running, and it was quite interactive, and I enjoyed doing it, like the challenge. But yeah, I just wanted to see how it would look, because I feel like if you have a big mass, but it's obviously covered with some water weight and fat, then carnivore is definitely something that is like a very quick leaning, diet, because it forces you to be strict, because you can't eat anything off the plan, which is obviously not meat, and most of the other things, carbs, any sugar that you have is a carb, so you can't have sugar. So that's already eliminating so much. Plus, I'm having, and I'm sure if you are a loyal subscriber and you've watched all the videos, that I'm taking it to the extent. Like, I'm not having cheese or honey and avocados and berries. Apparently, even berries you can have for some reason, because it's like carnivore. It's, I don't know. I've read a few things, and I thought to myself, you know what? I don't even know what to call it. I'm going to call it carnivore, but my main focus is just to have red meat, obviously bacon and red meat and eggs. And then I'll have some, what was the other thing? Red meat, eggs, bacon, and mince, which is all red meat, obviously. So that is it. Now, when it comes to the energy levels, right? It's a difficult one, because I normally used to eat a big breakfast before I go to the gym. All right. So, but I looked forward to my breakfast, because it was a bowl of oats, or potentially some wheat picks, or maybe it was some Future Life with milk and things like that. It was just like a really tasty dessert, because in the mornings I'm not necessarily that hungry and keen to eat, but because I make it tasty, I enjoy it. And then I'll have a bagel with peanut butter and stuff. So I'll toast a bagel and have peanut butter and a banana and have pre-workout. So I really load myself up for the workout. Okay. So with this diet, for instance, I only have mince and bacon. And to be honest, you wake up in the morning still feeling a little bit, weird from all the, what you might call it. Oh, this light is making me sweat. You still feel a little like the meat is like right here, right? So you don't want to eat. But then you obviously eat, but you just, you kind of just force it down. And so you start the day not with that happy meal, like McDonald's basically. You don't start the day with a happy meal. So then you go to the gym and your energy just is low. Probably because your attitude is a little bit low too. And I mean, I fall victim to that as well. I go to the gym and I immediately tell myself like, I don't have that meal in me. So, and also, to be honest, let's finish the energy thing. But throughout the day, I'm fine. Like it's 10 p.m. at the moment, and I'm still awake. I actually can't sleep, to be honest. I do have a lot of wake time, so I can work and concentrate and focus. My focus is very clear, so that's fine. But the one thing, or the biggest thing for me, is just the gym energy. Like being in the gym and lifting weights is quite tough. I'm losing the momentum there. All right. And then the last thing that I wanted to chat about is the mental thing, right? Because there's no cheat days, there's no carbs. Your mind definitely flows and thinks of all the things that you can eat. And to be honest, Instagram is not helping any social media platform really, where they have these little chicken things that they dip in sauce, and it's this nice bread and brownies and cookies and things and you scroll, and it's just, I don't know, it's almost like social media, they know that you're on this diet, right? Because they just spam you with cookies and bread and things like that. A lot of carbs everywhere, pastas and things. So, but regardless of that, you do crave these things. So what I do, and it's probably the worst thing, but two things, is prep my food for the day. So when I take it out, everything's prepped, everything's made, everything's right, or at least everything is prepared to be made. Then it's so much easier because you can just pop it in and go. You don't have to worry about what to eat, because when you start worrying what to eat, that's when your brain starts seeping in a little like, I mean, I could have that, but what if I supplement? You know what I mean? You don't want that, because that's when you make a mistake, because we are human. So that's the one thing. And then the second thing is to to kind of be a recluse, just stay at home. It's sad. It's really, really sad. I'm very fortunate that my wife is back home with her family. She'll be here the last week of the carnivore diet. But, she, with her not being here, I don't feel like me staying in the house is keeping her in the house. So I don't feel bad necessarily. But I know myself, and I know I do go out. Of course I do. I go shopping. I go to the gym. I go for walks. But, going out with a friend or your wife, maybe to trips to town and things like that, and the beach, it's always nice to have some fruit and some nuts. Have a little smoothie somewhere, a little peanut butter smoothie. Obviously have some breakfast out and things like that. And it's just a temptation it could potentially crack you. So that's kind of like my advice. Of course, there are people that are doing this diet for like 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know how they do it. Honestly, it's not a happy diet. I don't care what people say. I don't care if anyone's like, yo, but it's the best diet for you, or it's good for you this, or good for you that. It's bullshit. It's the worst diet that I've been on when it comes to feeling like I'm eating nicely. I've been on diets where I eat 1,000 calories and still it felt better than this, purely just because at least in those 1,000 calories, I could have something that I enjoyed. Now, I enjoy the meat and stuff, and I do enjoy all of these type of meats throughout my normal diet, in my balanced diet, but in small quantities or in different quantities. Chicken one day, beef the other day. It's not like this all the time. So I'm just personally, I can be honest. I mean, that's what you guys asked me on the comments, right? How do you feel and things like that? I'm not really a happy chappy, but my discipline is, I'm just so focused with this challenge that nothing can sway me. I'm eating the same food every single day. I'm sitting in this house every single day because I want to complete this challenge. I want to give you the results. I want to give you a massive after photo, something that you can be like, wow. And then I'm going to go back to my normal routine because this is absolute shit. And that's the honest, that's the truth. Who in their right mind can eat such salty, oily things? The dishes. I mean, my wife's not here, but the dishes are incredible. Every single pan, every pot, every plate, everything that I've used feels oily and sticky. Even if I wash it with the sunlight and, well, obviously the washing things 3 times. Once I take the plate, when it's dry, I take it from the cupboard, it feels oily. My whole life, the couch, everything feels oily. And it's only been 11 days. So clearly you can see, I guess it's coming out now that I am quite, over the diet already. But again, it doesn't, it's not going to make me stop. I'm not going to quit. Quitting is honestly for losers. And I'm going to smash this easily. It's going to be 30 days, boom, done. I'm just saying that after the 30 days, I am not doing carnivore ever again. Not even if I want to get results, because I'm sure I can get these type of lean results from other diets as well. There are better ways. This is a way, but it's not a sustainable one and not a happy one. Anyway, I've spoken way too much. If you have any other questions, I still have 19 days left. So in these 19 days, if you want to know anything, let me know, because I can answer that. Let me know in the comments, of course, so that I can answer that in the videos that are coming up while I'm still busy. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Alrighty. And then, of course, I need to edit all these videos on a daily basis. So let me do that, and we can post it, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 12. Cheers.